Hello YouTube, I'm back with more Resident Evil 1.5 goodness. I wasn't really planning to do a second video, but on further research I realized that there was just a lot of content that I missed out on, so I'm going to go ahead and show you some of that. First of all, it is absolutely possible to get weapons working in this one. Give a little demonstration of that here. Got a Magnum equipped, doing what it does best, popping heads like a boss. And hilariously enough, the bodies still attack you in this build, even without their heads. They sort of start to grab you and then they just disappear. So anyway, I downloaded a patch for this game. It's still very glitchy and it's really not much more complete than it was before. But the zombies are a little bit more stable this time around, and I think there are a few more rooms. So anyway, I learned how to use the debug mode. I'm going to hit select here, or I'm sorry, start. Then press the square button on item here. And basically you can create any item you want just by selecting something or highlighting it, pressing the select button, and using the shoulder buttons to scroll back and forth between all these things. You can see there are quite a variety of guns here. There are hand grenades, looks like an Uzi, kind of an assault rifle thing there, that's a flamethrower, grenade launcher, bazooka, ooh, that'll come in handy. And you can create any kind of ammo. There are also like shell casings, various items that never made it to the final game. A lot of these, however, if you put them in your inventory, they will make the game crash. Because again, it is a very unstable build. Any keycard you could possibly want there. And look, it's the T-Virus, the G-Virus, enzyme, vaccines. Those are handy. And I assume some of these other things are just like puzzle items. Looks like an old ISA networking card or something. But yeah. I'm going to go ahead and turn it into something fairly normal here, just so I don't crash the game while I'm doing this video. Okay, that'll do. So anyway, some of the new rooms. Let's see. First of all, I learned that there are multiple tiers of rooms. When I select this jump field here, I can press triangle, and there's like the 200 series, 300, all the way up to 600. So anyway, within the police station, there's something called the radio room, which I don't remember seeing before. Really, nothing too exciting. Just a communications or dispatch room. There's some additional prison cells with this patch I got. And to anyone wondering where I got this, I feel a little weird posting the link. But if you just do a Google search of Resident Evil 1.5 ISO, I think, you'll find it pretty quickly. So yeah, nothing too special. There are multiple prison cells with zombies crawling on the floor this time around. What else have we got here? Beta basement. So from the information I was able to gather, this here looks a lot like an area used upstairs in the final version of the game. But anyway, from the information I was able to gather, this build is approximately 40% complete. And I think it was from November 1997, if I'm not mistaken. That guy's still alive somehow. Sort of. There are apparently fans working on this, trying to make it more complete. So I wish them a lot of luck with that. That's definitely a project I can support. I'm not sure what the legal ramifications of that are, though. Okay, I think we've seen everything in the 100 series. For the 200s, we have some new areas. There we see the character named Marvin. We saw him in the police station of the commercial version of Resident Evil 2. He was the guy who turned into a zombie after locking you out. A lot of these areas were used in the final version of the game. This is the sewer area. Looks kind of like where you see the alligator and such. I'm not in control at this point. That was sort of a placeholder cutscene. Nothing too interesting here. That's another tunnel, spider tunnel. Another thing I found out doing some research is that Resident Evil 1.5 was based on the Resident Evil 1 game engine. So they kind of tweaked things a little bit. I think these are the same spiders and the same dogs and roughly the same zombies that you see in the first Resident Evil game. That's one of the reasons they wanted to start over from scratch. That's just a random tunnel. Okay, that's pretty much all you have for the 200 areas. 300, we have Site A. This is kind of an interesting area outside of the police station. Kind of interesting. It alludes to kind of a standoff between the Umbrella security forces and the police. You see a lot of police gunned down here, although they do look like zombies. I don't think he has anything to say. Yeah, no dialogue here. Site B. More of the same. Not sure if these guys were meant to get up at some point. That's handy, I didn't even have an ID card. This is some kind of a warehouse or factory. Forklift. Okay, just an industrial area here. Factory corridor. That door doesn't work. It looks to be some kind of assembly line or conveyor belt. And I believe I see the Umbrella insignia on that. It's kind of worrying. Site D, we got some dogs here. The Magnum makes short work of them. It's being pretty generous with the auto aim, I have to say. Warehouse. have we here? Oh. Oh, wow. Is that the William Birkin boss? Wow. That was a legitimate surprise. It's a very rough version of him, I must say. Ooh. Oh no. Well, he got the best of me, as you can see. Okay, that's cool. I can pretty much pick up where I left off there. Okay, that boss was a legitimate surprise. But I just edited out the couple minutes where I loaded this up. This is just an office. Looks like an office that's been ransacked. I think that's Umbrella Stationery there. Nothing too exciting here, though. Beta Ventilat. Oh my. Whoops. Oh yeah, this build has zombie office women in skirts. Ones that can take a lot of damage. Wow, are they invincible? My, better get out of here. Lobby. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, this must be like the Umbrella office. Can I go up these stairs? No, I cannot. Still kind of interesting. There was a small Umbrella office in Resident Evil 3. Very rough-looking police cars here. This part here almost looks like a mock-up. Okay, I think that's everything from the 300 series. This is basically the same lab that was used in the final game. That's the same security office. Leon appears to have some battle damage here. I know in the final game he had a bandage because he got shot in the sewer. Alright, let's see what else is here. Elevator, main shaft. I think these are just the scientist rooms here. Yeah, I recognize this cold room. Vaccine room. Pretty sure I remember this room too. What's that again? Huh, I guess that's it for the 400 series. Control room. There are some active enemies here, so I'll go ahead and equip that. That's pretty freaky. It's like a big anthropomorphic roach or spider or something. Server room, laboratory. That's pretty much a Resident Evil 1 zombie. Like the ones you see above the dining room, excuse me, in the mansion. Those tanks of pink fluid are kind of worrying. I don't know what that is. You can't really do anything in here. Uh-oh. I think there are other versions of all these rooms that are on fire, like after the self-destruct or something. And then we only have 2 for the 600 series, and that's the train that takes you out of there at the end of the game. I think that is Annette Birkin right there. And I think there's supposed to be some dialogue, which they haven't added yet. Interesting. And there's one more car. There's Marvin again. Don't know who that is. Oh, that's John Kendo and Sherry Birkin. And that's about it. Okay, well anyway, that's an overview of all the areas that I missed, basically, and a description of how the debug menu works. Anyway, it's very interesting to get a look at this. I encourage you to check it out if interested. Thank you very much for watching.